Imagine facing a life-altering medical procedure, not in a sterile lab, but right in your own home, with a storm raging outside, riots flaring in the streets, and every adult around you spinning secret plots. That's exactly where we find Larissa and the others in Chapter 18 of The Mark by Edith Bulbring.
That scenario feels tense and unpredictable. I'm excited to dig in. Today, we'll unpack why the procedure has to happen at number 3, how the weather and riots set the mood, and what's really going on with the characters as their relationships are pushed to the brink.
We'll also look at the plan to save Kitty, the impact of Mistress's harsh words on Juliet, and the meaning behind Eddie's relationship with Nicolas. Plus, we'll tackle the chapter's cliffhanger ending.
So buckle up, this episode is all about secrets, survival, and the messy risks of rebellion. Let's start with the real reason the procedure can't happen at the laboratory.
The decision to move the procedure from the lab to their home isn't just about Larissa refusing to cooperate. There's a whole storm of issues. Riots outside, solar power failing, and a biting cold that's making everyone miserable.
Exactly, the solar-powered systems are down, so they can't heat the house or run equipment in the lab. That makes number 3 the only option, even though Mistress is on edge and Master is furious about cold porridge. The tension is palpable, the adults are fighting, and the kids are caught in the middle.
The move is risky too. By bringing Kitty into their home, they're exposing themselves to more danger, especially since Mistress sees Kitty as a criminal. The stakes feel higher than ever.
Funny how a simple detail like a broken heater can escalate everything from personal comfort to life and death decisions. It's almost like the weather itself is a character, just as hostile as any human in the story.
Mistress's snide comment about Juliet's appearance really cuts deep. It's more than just a passing insult. It's her own mother undermining her confidence right before a terrifying event.
That moment stands out. Juliet's upset is so real. She's about to risk everything for Kitty, yet her mother sees only flaws. It's heartbreaking, and it shows how fractured their family dynamic is.
Even the hairpins, Juliet lets her hair flow free, breaking from the way Mistress styles hers. It's a subtle rebellion, but also a sign of hurt. She's trying to claim her own identity in the face of criticism.
And with the pressure mounting for the procedure, those little moments matter. They remind us that emotional wounds can be as central to the story as physical threats.
Eddie's relationship with Nicolas really develops in this chapter. We see them plotting Kitty's escape, and their nightly meetings on the bridge show a trust that wasn't there before.
I love how Nicolas teases Eddie about being a fraud, seeing through her tough exterior. He notices she's cold and touches her face. It's intimate, gentle. Eddie pretends not to care, but she's deeply invested in saving Larissa and Kitty.
That theme of appearances hiding reality comes up again. Eddie might act indifferent, but Nicolas recognizes her compassion. It's a powerful reminder that people often mask their true feelings for protection.
It also makes their plan feel more urgent. Eddie's willingness to risk herself shows how much she values these relationships, even when it means facing danger.
The plan to save Kitty is like a chess game, always shifting. Juliet hints to Larissa to meet Kitty, and Nicolas and Eddie coordinate every risky move. But then Madame Merriem throws everything off by insisting on escorting them.
That moment ramps up. The suspense. Escape seems impossible, but Larissa refuses to let Merriem into her room. Juliet quickly adapts, switching the escape plan so Kitty slips away and Nicolas returns for Juliet.
Right as the procedure is about to start, Juliet sees a bright light and hears an explosion. It's such a dramatic ending. The chapter leaves us hanging, wondering who made it out and what the fallout will be.
Cliffhanger endings force us to sit with uncertainty, and here, it underscores just how risky rebellion can be. Nothing is guaranteed, and everyone's fate hangs in the balance.
Master's language is so telling. Calling Larissa a savage just for refusing authority, and then literally extracting a savage gene, really highlights the story's obsession with control and conformity.
It's chilling. Savage becomes shorthand for rebellion, and the adults want to stamp it out. But Larissa and Eddie's resistance shows that true change can't be forced. It comes from within. The gene removal is about more than science, it's about breaking spirit.
Eddie's bond with Larissa, calling her sister, frames the story emotionally. She's not just fighting for survival, but for the right to choose, to care, to belong. It's the older sibling protecting the younger, defying authority to keep love alive.
And with the adults manipulating riots and even poisoning food to push their agenda, the chapter asks big questions about power, ethics, and the cost of obedience. The stakes are personal and political.
Let's wrap up with 3 key takeaways. First, we see how environmental and social chaos forces desperate decisions like relocating the procedure. Second, relationships drive the risks characters take. Eddie's and Juliet's care for Kitty and Larissa isn't just a plot point, it's the heart of the story. Third, the meaning of savage shifts from insult to badge of resistance, challenging the whole power structure.
If you're following along, try mapping out the characters' motivations, what they risk, and why. That's a great way to untangle the web of relationships and choices. And remember, cliffhangers aren't just suspenseful. They push us to question what happens when plans succeed or fail.
Next time, we'll dive into the aftermath of the explosion and the consequences for everyone involved. Until then, stay curious and don't be afraid to challenge the rules, just like Larissa and Eddie.
Thanks for joining us. If you're reading the Mark or have thoughts on rebellion and authority, share your ideas. We'd love to hear from you. Catch you on the next episode.